My name is Shay, aka the Salty Stitcher, here on YouTube, and it is my second video in a row. I am on time. I'm doing it. I'm doing the things. If you have watched my videos before, I used to post floss tubes every other week, and then there was something called like stitching firsts in between those. Those take a lot more effort because I have to think of what I'm going to do, whereas a floss tube I can film pretty quickly and pretty easily because it has a format. So I haven't been doing the other videos, and I'll do special videos here and there maybe. I'm kind of going forward, but this is my second floss tube in a row as per normal schedule, so I'm very excited. It is my 15th floss tube, I am believing that is correct. I'm not quite sure. I want to say it's 15th, but this is a floss tube. We'll do normal floss tubey things. I'll show you my stuff I'm working on, or I'll talk about some new stuff, talk about stitch alongs because that is something that I do a lot of, and we'll kind of go from there, right? So first things first, floss tubes. I've watched one floss tube since the last time I saw you. I get sucked into other things, and it's hard for me to maintain focus on a lot of things at the same time, but I did watch one of Stephanie and Allison over at Crossstitch the Globe, their like most expensive patterns of 2025 video. So I watched some of it. I haven't finished it, mostly because I was in the car listening to it as I drove. So I'll watch it on the TV and kind of stitch maybe later today while I do it. So I watched that. New things about Crossstitch. The only thing that's really new about Crossstitch is I have a caboodle. Here's a caboodle. This is one of the ones that are supposed to be kind of like go container caboodles, right? Do this so you can't get blinded. But instead of using sort of kind of the traditional, not traditional, but what a lot of people do use is the kind of, these, sorry. Instead of using one of these guys, which I don't particularly like because I don't like the fact that it's not as accessible, even though I did kind of like specialize this one, it just doesn't work as well for me. Whereas this caboodle so far is doing pretty good because I can keep a lot of things in it. Like I have both a ruler, which is this guy, this little yellow guy. I have a this guy back here is a rolling, like a tape measure. I have a Sharpie, I have chapstick, I have 2 pairs of scissors, I have a whole bunch of needles, I have one of my favorite little needle minders, which says, Stitch Don't Bitch, I love it. And then I have all the little cross stitch tools I like to have, so it's been super helpful. This one looks like it might be broken, but it kind of arrived a little broken. I bought another one just in case, so I do like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yellow is one of my favorite colors, so I like it a lot. So that's really the only thing kind of new about how I'm stitching, and it's not really that new. It's just me choosing to store stuff in a different way. Stitch alongs is what we're going to talk about next. So stitch alongs that are coming up. First and foremost, and maybe not most importantly, but most excitingly for me, is that the Extraordinary Bird SAL by LolaCrow dropped today around about noon. I've already purchased it. I've already purchased my fabric, which is one of the recommended fabrics was Sandbar by Bestitch Me. So it'll be my first time using Bestitch Me fabric, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'll put a little picture here because it's a really pretty like sky blue kind of like water pattern kind of thing, and it looks really cool. For those of you who don't know too much about LolaCrow SALs, in the summer she does these huge kind of scene SALs, if you want to call them that, where there's just one big scene with all these different things. So last year it was Deadly Aquarium. The year before that I think was greenhouses, and then during the winter she does creepy Christmas ornaments. And I've done a couple of her creepy Christmas ornaments SALs, and then I did Deadly Aquarium last year. So I'll be doing Extraordinary Birds this year. I'm very, very excited. Already ordered my fabric. I want to say something like 35 DMC colors, and stitching starts in April, which is the frame, which I'm assuming is going to be some sort of bird cage or aviary type thing, which would be kind of cool. And a lot of her stuff has kind of like a almost kind of Victorian kind of ornamental cast iron look to it, and I think it's super cool. I do dig it. So that's the big one for me. I just ordered it. So again, just today is the 1st of March. It is now open to be purchased, and then buy fabric quickly, because a lot of times the suggested fabrics for her SAL go way fast. So especially since it's bestitch me, which is incredibly hard for me to say, and I'm sure that's a lot of people's favorite, like, fabric dyer. So bestitch me, sandbar. I got it in 32 count. 1/4 of a yard was enough for this SAL, because I got it in 32 count, and yeah, that's that. A couple of other SALs that I pulled up. So last weekend I did my Stitch Along Saturday, and I posted about kind of stitch-alongs, mystery stitch-alongs that are hosted by the designer on their own website. And then there was 1 or 2 kind of outside of that I had not forgotten, but I hadn't heard about, so I added those 2. So the main ones that were on last week's post were Stitch-alongs by Spruce & Co. or Spruce Craft Co., I believe, actually. There's going to be the new Colourpop Blackwork SAL that starts sometime in the next couple weeks. There's the Neon Circus SAL. I need to stop leaning because I'm going to make everything shake. And I'm trying to make it not shake because it gives me a headache when I watch it back. So Colourpop Neon Circus, which is kind of cool. It's kind of got this like turn of the century circus vibe to it in very bright colors on black fabric. So that's cool. And then she also has, and then she also has the, Jesus, 100 Days of Cross Stitch. So that's also on that post as well. 100 Days of Cross Stitch is free. The other 2 you can buy just the pattern, or you can buy the pattern and the fabrics together in a kit. I want to say it was somewhere around $30 to $40. Whether that's Australian or English American, I don't remember, because it is an Australian company, and so just shipped from Australia. So I just bought the pattern for the Colourpop, because I'll be starting that one when it's here. So that's that. There's the Fox and Rabbit year-long, like, monthly SAL. It's free. It's on their website. You can go grab it at the end of the year, similarly to Steady Thread. At the end of the year, which I need to put Steady Thread on this next post for this week. Thanks for reminding me. Similarly to Steady Thread, at the end of the year, they take it and they sell it. So this year's is Cloister Gardens. I actually did start it, so it's in here. So we'll be doing that one. We'll look at that one. I'm talking a lot, which I guess makes sense because I'm doing a YouTube video. There's the Bloom's Encouragement. Motherfucker. Let's see if I have it on here. I bet I do. I thought I couldn't see it because it's on my Instagram, and my Instagram is only on my phone and not on my iPad. Well, joke's on you, Shay. It's on your iPad too. Jesus Christ. So, you have Positivity Blooms. No, Jesus Louise. Positivity Blooms by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. It started $122 and it goes to $513, and you can buy the kit on the website for $69, which that would ship from England. So $69 is the American conversion, but it will ship from England as far as I know, because I know that Caterpillar Cross Stitch is an English company. There is the Colourpop Blackwork SAL that starts $321 and it goes to $815. That is by Spruce Craft Co. and the kit on the website is $36. 100 Days of Cross Stitch, that started, when I did this post, which would have been last year, it was on the day 54. So as of 2/22, it was on day 54, so it's about halfway through, just a little bit over halfway through for sure now. But if you go on the Instagram for Spruce Craft Co., which I'll try to make sure I tag in here so you can get to it, you can message them. There's like instructions. If you find one of their posts about 100 Days of Cross Stitch, there's a message that you can click on to get the free patterns. So I haven't done it myself. I have enough stuff. But that's there. 2025 mystery sampler by Fox and Rabbit called Cloister Garden. That ends started January 1st, ends December 1st. And that one's a free pattern, so you can do whatever you want with it. I did it on fabric from my local LNS, which is Under the Sea Fabrics. So I'm very excited about that. You have the Neon Circus SAL by Spruce Craft Co. that started 11/1 and ends 4/4. And the kit is on the website for $35. And then you have the Fantastical Greenhouse Tiny Modernist, the Fantastical Greenhouse SAL by Tiny Modernist that started 2/1 and 6/1. You can get a kit available. You can get a kit rather on StitchingShop.com for around about $37 depending on fabric choice. I had fabric from Witch's Garden Crafts that I'm going to use. I'm actually going to start it though. So that one's on my list to start. Okay. So on top of that, some Etsy shop SALs that I did not know about. Windows to Wonder, which is a Lent SAL starting March 2nd. Which means it's probably, Lent is 40 days, so midway through April, I believe is when it's going to be done. I might actually have that on here. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't put when it ends. But it starts 3/1 and probably is going to go through first week of April because it's Lent, and Lent is a 40-day season. My assumption. I do not know that for sure. That one's available, or that one is by StitchologyCraftUS, and the kit is available on Etsy for $30. Another one that I missed that I didn't know about is the Passover Stitch Along by SKBCrossstitchDesigns. The pattern is $5 on Etsy and it starts March 8th. I don't celebrate Passover, so I'm not going to order it, but it does look kind of cute. It's like frogs. I'll show you a picture, obviously. It's frogs, and if you like frogs or you celebrate Passover or both, this would be for you. I've seen her like post stuff on Etsy occasionally because all of her SALs are like Jewish holiday, or for Jewish holidays, and you don't see a lot of them. So she did put them. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Last time I saw one of hers, it was for Purim, and it was really cute looking. Lots of fun colors and all that. So all of that. Yeah. So that's all the SALs. Today, after I do this, I'll be posting my Stitching Saturday post on, not Stitching Saturday, Stitch Along Saturday post on Instagram. And it will include the Passover SAL that I just mentioned. It will include an update on LolaCrow. And it will include some temperature SALs. As well as probably, now that I'm thinking about it, the steady thread SAL as well. We'll probably be on that one as well, just so that they will all be on here. So that's pretty much all the Stitch Along news today. I should get like a cool bumper that's like, looks like a news tape or something, but I'm not going to because that requires much more technical knowledge than I definitely have. Instead of doing that, we are going to talk about, you can see my cup, sorry. I got a swig cup and never went back to swig. Whatever, it is what it is. We'll go ahead and go to stitching, like progress. I haven't finished anything recently, but I do have a lot of progress. I'm not finished anything fully, or like finished this SAL, but I've done like, I'm caught up on quite a bit of stuff. First things first, this is, I'm sure you can see it, you can. This is Fine Frog Stitching Quarter Crows. Lord, I'm losing words today. I did take my meds. I'm pretty positive. I don't remember. I hope I took my meds. I'm pretty sure I did. This is Fine Frog Stitching's newest SAL, Quarter Crows. The frames, right, dropped last weekend. Getting them done. This is what I've been working on today, and I got about, I think it's like almost 800 stitches in just this one color. I'm done just today so far. But this is on 28 count even weave by Witch's Garden Crafts in Kaka. And it's all DMC. So, well, it's all DMC at all. I almost going to say DMC. I almost said it's all DMC so far, but it's all DMC period. This is where I got. I have quite a bit more left to go. It's about 2,000 stitches in this release, just the frames. This is my Secret Grove SAL. So last time I met with y'all, last time I did a Flosstube with y'all, I was working on this and working on finishing this. It is completely caught up. I probably have another week or so before she drops another release. And then this little raven, I thought it was a bluebird because he's very blue, or she's very blue. This raven is actually the most recent one, the raven and the pair of scissors and the ribbon and all that kind of stuff. But he's all caught up. It's very long and very skinny, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it last time, but I was really worried about some of this area here because when I did this owl originally, she was way down here. And so I had to rip all of that out, which was a good 1,000 stitches I had to rip out and move up. But she's looking good. She's all caught up. I love the colors on this one. I didn't think about it, I would like it as much at first, but all of these like little leaf sections, these little bushy leaf sections, are all like, there's a row of dark blue underneath them, and it looks really, really cool. Same thing here, like there's this really dark purple around here, and like I wouldn't think that would make sense to me, but it does, and it looks really nice. So, Secret Grove, NeedleLotDesigns, NeedleLotDesigns. And it is all cut up. This behemoth, is my Starry Night SAL by Urban Stitches rather. It is all cut up. This was an off week this week, so we don't have a new set this week. This is done in 30, ooh, I'm shaking. This is done in 30, like 30 by 30 squares. And it's all cut up. It's all cut up. It looks pretty good. Pretty good so far. It is kind of a pain in the butt sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. And I'll be doing this for 2 years. That's right, you heard me correctly. 2 years. I will be stitching on this bitch for 2 years. For the rest of my life, pretty much. I know that's a gross exaggeration. I am not expecting that I will die in 2 years, but that is going to take me a long time to finish. Hopefully I can keep, like, remembering it. I don't know what I was doing with my hand. I was going to do this, but I didn't. Hopefully I can keep remembering to do it. So, yes. This is one of my 2 steady thread Blackwork SALs. I have 2 of them because when she releases them for free on Facebook, and they're so cool that I do 2 because they don't take too long. This is all caught up. I caught it up last night. This is the most recent little circle for this one. I love this. I love it a lot. This is my geometric circles one on daguerreotype by, hope I'm saying that correctly. I probably am not. Daguerreotype Even Weave by Witch's Garden Crafts. Gosh. And then this is my floral one with circles. Floral circles. Which is also on Grail, I believe was the name of this fabric. 28 count even weave by Witch's Garden Crafts. They have my favorite. She has my favorite even weave. Hands down, favorite even weave. I love it a lot. So, both of those are all caught up. All caught up. This is also all caught up. This is my Ghostbusters SAL. Push it down a little bit. Most recent release was the Ghostbusters logo here. And then 2 of our guys, whose names right now, I have a hard time remembering names. But 2 of my guys are here. And our little Ghostbusters logo. This is 32 count linen, I'm pretty positive, by Forbidden Fiber Co. And it is called Boughs of Holly. Originally this SAL was not meant, but the sample was stitched on Witch's Brew by Witch's Garden Crafts, and I wasn't able to get my hot little hands on it. So here you go. Very nice. All finished. All caught up. Sorry. This is the Witch's Garden Moon Garden SAL. It is not caught up. There's a release yesterday. It's about 400 stitches. I'll probably get it done this weekend, depending on how long Crows takes me. But I ended up going with the Puget Even Weave over the other one, which was unable to remember currently. This one was Puget. The other one was a water. It was like a much bluer fabric. I'll put the name of it right here. But I ended up going with Puget because I just like the green that's in it. But yeah, so far so good. Nice, nice. I'm excited to see how it kind of goes because this one is interesting in that, I'll show you it again. The releases aren't necessarily like super separate, right? So like the first release was most of the wall, and then the second release was the flower and the bats. And so for me that makes it makes total sense, I should say. But for me it's different because usually they're super separate. I'm used to them being super separate releases, but it's okay. It makes sense. It looks really cool. I dig it so far. Those little bats are fun because I like that those bats are in like a caramel color rather than like a black or a gray. This is my Lunar Phases Temperature Sal by Tiny Stitchery. It is on 32 count vintage rose, I believe. One of them is vintage rose, the other one is vintage something else, vintage blush or something like that. I cannot remember. I lost the one for the other one. One of them is vintage rose, the other one is the other one. I don't remember. This is caught up as of yesterday, so the last little one that I did, which you can barely see my pinky, my little finger. Last one I did was yesterday, so it's pretty much all caught up. As you can see, weather in San Antonio is wild as per usual, but all caught up. This is a Lunar Phases Temperature Sal, so each moon is got a color that corresponds to the temperature, and I do average temperatures. So, doll. This is my. Yep. I want to say this one is vintage rose. Or vintage. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Vintage rose. One of these is vintage rose. This is my Fair Isle Temperature Sal by Snarky and Modern Cross Stitch, which is on Facebook, so it's a free pattern, and I just happen to have this fabric already, so I did that. This is all caught up to the same point as the other one, so that's yesterday, last night, technically, and I did a good chunk. I think it was these three kind of like patterns right here, or repeats of the pattern right here. So he's all caught up. Temperature sals, you do one a day, pretty much. I haven't been doing it one a day. I've been doing it kind of like weekly, and just catching up weekly because it's easier, but it is what it is. This lovely half yard of fabric, I'm trying to make it so that I can see it easier. Yeah, that works. This lovely half yard of fabric is Colonial Williamsburg 32 count by Under the Sea Fabrics. I got this, I got a fat half of fabric last summer's retreat. And so when I was doing this, I didn't want to, well, let me stop. So this is the Fox and Rabbit 2025 Mystery Stitch Along, right? I thought, you know what I should do? I should buy some Fox and Rabbit fabric to go with my Fox and Rabbit sal. However, Fox and Rabbit fabric is impossible to get because they sell out so fast. So I decided not to worry about it. I didn't want to wait too much longer. I had this fabric already. This is going to be a massive pattern. This is only 2 months worth of stitches. This is about, I want to say almost 3,000 stitches. So this is going to be a massive pattern. I want to say with framing allotment, it's like 33 by 33 or something like that. And so this barely fits. 27 by 27 maybe, something like that. So this barely fits on this fabric with like framing allowance. So luckily I had this fabric, luckily. And then the thread, the floss, is dyeing for cross stitch cotton and rookwood. What I'm planning on doing, because I wasn't able to get enough floss in one color, I'm going to do, and I'll show you the other colors in just a second, but I'm going to do kind of like almost ombre, so I have to decide if I'm going to do it. We'll see. I have more coming, more floss coming, because of the colors I'll explain in a little bit. I wanted a slightly different color, but I'm getting distracted. This is what is on here. I'm sorry, guys. One of the dogs is barking and it completely threw me. But my plan is to kind of almost ombre this out. And so rookwood, there's a couple of other colors that I've already purchased, and then I bought some more the other day this week so that I can get a bit more of a gradient. Because this one is actually Sommelier, but it looks pretty similar. And this is Rum Punch. I had one more. Maybe not. And then this one is Autumn Blaze. For whatever reason, I thought this one would be a lot darker, and so it would work well, but it doesn't. It's really, really beautiful floss, but it doesn't quite work. And so I got some other like browns, kind of neutrally browns, and we'll see how I kind of make it work. But those haven't come in the mail yet. So that is all of my current projects. For things that I'm planning to do, I am planning, just a second, my plans are going to be Fantastical greenhouse. I'm going to start that this week. Hopefully this week. Catch up on Mythical Creatures SAL, because the new one, which is a griffin, it looks really cool, released this last week. I'm going to catch up on my Moon Garden SAL. And then I have picked smalls for next, okay. I've picked smalls for the next retreat, which is in June. So I want to get started on those as well. Because I do like smalls exchange. It sometimes makes me a little bit nervous because I have very weird taste, and I know that not everyone at that SAL is going to have the same, not everyone at that retreat is going to have the same taste. So it makes me a little nervous, but hopefully the ones that I got are nice enough that they're going to be cool. Or funny enough that, or cute enough, I guess is probably more correct, that people won't be like anxious about it. So I'm going to try to I'm going to catch up on Fantastical Greenhouse, because now there's 2 releases, because that one started on March, and then started February 1st, so there's a release from February 1st, and then there's this most recent release that was released today. Bleh. But I'm going to finish frames first for Court of Crows. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted because the puppy is downstairs barking. But that's the plans. So that's what we got. Oh, this is what I was going to say. There's something else about the plans that I was going to do. This is Mist by Witch's Garden Crafts. This is a 28 count even weave. And if I'm correct, I'm pretty positive that this is the perfect size for the Fantastical greenhouse. So I was going to do the recommended, and the recommended on stitchingshop.com was Nessie by Picture This Plus, maybe? Something like that. I didn't really want to spend the money on it because I have a shit ton of fabric. Like everything in this little tote here is fabric. And so I didn't want to spend the money on it. And then this looks like it's pretty much the exact same, or very similar color, not the exact same. This looks maybe a bit more gray, a bit more blue, but I think it'll work just fine. I already got the floss for it I need, so I'll get this started. I think that's all my plans. I feel like there's things I'm missing. But, oh, I'm going to start the Colourpop SAL once that one starts, and I get the fabric. So I ordered fabric from Under the Sea. I ordered some Ada. So I was going to do, I have some like neutral linen from Forbidden Fiber Co. But I don't like doing blackwork on linen. Blackwork on linen just doesn't sit right. It bunches really weird. It gets kind of tight and odd. So I ordered some Ada and some kind of neutral Ada from Under the Sea Fabrics. And so next time when that's ready, I will pick that up. And then I will start the Colourpop SAL as well. So 2 SALs that I need to do. So I feel like there's another one. Well, 2 SALs, but in Extraordinary Words when that one starts, but that's not going to start until not for another month. So that one I'm not worried about quite yet. And then the two smalls exchanges, which I'm not going to show you because I wouldn't want someone to be disappointed that they didn't get a mystery if they watch my videos, which I guess is kind of presumptuous to say, but whatever, it works. Let's do some stash. Jesus. I don't have too much stash, but I have a lot of stuff ordered coming in. So I made, oopsie. I made a big order from Under the Sea Fabrics for Nashville stuff. I'll probably go through that in just a second because I think that might be fun. But first things first. These are my new like thread keeps. these are from my favorite Thread Keep shop, mostly because she's got cool stuff and because they're really high quality. Like they smell, there's a real wood smell that these have that real wood smell, and I dig it. So she always ends up sending a free needle minder, and this one's adorable little bat that goes with Dracula's Castle here, which is one of the huge ones. She does the 30 thread keeps, and then I have 4 little small ones because I don't always need a big one. I have a dragon, I have a crow, and then I have 2 dinosaurs because I love dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. So I'm pretty excited. Those are brand new. They still smell like fresh new wood, and I dig them. And I'm sorry if I keep being distracted. That puppy is so loud. I have the floss that I bought from Dying for Sass. I bought 4 cotton flosses in Rookwood, Sommelier, Rum Punch, and then Autumn Blaze. And Autumn Blaze is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's just entirely too bright to fit with those 4. So, yeah, it's entirely too bright to fit with those. So, we'll leave that alone. All right. So, real quick, I'm going to tell you. Let me decide how I'm going to do this. So, I got tiramisu. Let me just do it this way. I got tiramisu and I got Anya. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. I'll put little pictures of them here. I got them both in 14 count Ada. The Colourpop SAL is not super huge, so I think I just got an 1/8. Yeah, I got 2 stitchers 1/8, so that should be plenty. So those are the 2 colors I got. And then from Nashville, I got a big old order from Nashville. So we got like a Nashville pre-order. So when Leslie, the shop owner, goes up to Nashville, I'm assuming is what I'm getting the vibe of, she'll order extras on top of what we've all pre-ordered. So I got the Night Garden Cross Stitch Rainbow Thread Pack by Threadworks. You've seen it everywhere. It looks really cute. I got the 20-yard skeins just in case I do like them a lot. I got the Twilight Moon pattern by Tiny Modernist that uses that. I got the Moonlit Moth Threadworks, or Moonlit Moth pattern by Counting Puddles. So I'll decide which one I want to do more, and if I have enough to do both, fabulous. I don't think I will. I got Witch's Hollow by Autumn Lane, which is massive, but it's really cool. It's going to take me a long time when I actually do get the time to start it. I got Live Dirty by Dirty Annie, which says, live dirty, fake your death, eat garbage, and it has like a possum on it. The one that the like little sample, not the sample, but the example pattern, there's a name for this, but I can't remember what it is. It was on, like, it was made into a pillow. I probably won't do a pillow, but that would be really cool with a really chunky black frame. Even though I never frame anything, it'd be really cool with a chunky black frame. That'd be cool. And then I also got Blackwing Haberdashery by Lindy Stitches. So I got all those coming in the mail. And I think that's all I got for you today. Sorry it's been a little disjointed. I keep getting distracted by the puppy, and I keep sneezing. So summer has already gotten here, and it's only March 1st. So holler if you need anything. Holler if you have any comments. If there's anything that you're going to get from Nashville that you're pre-ordering for from Nashville, let me know. I would love to find out. And I'll see you next time. Bye!